What happens when a coach becomes the ultimate authority in Indian cricket was evident during the Greg Chappell era. The powerful coach had to step down following a player revolt. On the other hand, when a captain becomes overly dominant, as during Anil Kumble's tenure, the results weren't any better. Kumble had to step aside, unable to manage the strong personalities in the team. Bishan Singh Bedi, Greg Chappell and Kumble failed to realize they need to operate from the background. John Wright, Gary Kirsten and Ravi Shastri on the other hand succeeded because they understood this balance. Gautam Gambhir is now trying to carve a different path. He doesn't want to become another Chappell, nor does he want to merely sit in the background like Kirsten or Shastri. Instead, he has chosen the middle road, one where the coach's words hold weight but the opinions of captain and players are also heard and valued. Gambhir has been one to idolize star players. He has always believed in the philosophy that when the time comes, everyone must move on, something he openly stated in a recent interview. The writing was on the wall. Within weeks, both Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli retired from Test cricket. The timing, right in the first 6 months of the Gambhir era, from mid-December to mid-May, cannot be ignored. With Rohit and Kohli and Ravichandran Ashwin stepping away from Test cricket, the current India team is starless. It is said that Gambhir had already prepared a list in his notebook before taking a speech over as a coach, at the top of which was an end to hero worship within the dressing room. The BCCI insider stated this is now the beginning of the Gautam Gambhir era. He made it clear that he wanted young faces in the team before the next Test World Championship. Everyone involved in decision making was aware of how he viewed the seniors. He also brought Chief Selector Ajit Agarkar into his fold. Captains in Indian cricket have often tried to operate from the coach, from Saurav Ganguly to MS Dhoni to Kohli and Rohit. But under Gambhir, that structure will change. He has made it evident that he now holds the reins in Indian cricket. Rahul Dravid, Rohit Sharma shared a cordial relationship, which many described as a short-lived but happy alliance. But assuming that Gambhir and Rohit shared the same rapport would be incorrect. Gambhir has made such a significant impact that he didn't hesitate to send a clear message by sidelining two of the biggest stars. Reports suggest Gambhir told the board beforehand that he needed full authority to prevent a repeat of humiliation India suffered in the New Zealand and Australia series. The board agreed. The back-to-back retirements of Rohit and Kohli proved that. Gambhir's strategic overall started much earlier, evidenced through 5 key incidents. Ashwin's exit. During the Australia tour late last year, Ashwin was told mid-series that he was no longer needed. The veteran spinner took the hint, retired during the tour and returned home. He didn't express anger, but the source of the decision was clear to all. Pre-Sydney Test media briefing. A day before the Sydney Test, Gambhir unexpectedly attended the press conference and stated Rohit was not an automatic choice for the final match. When asked about the captain's absence, he firmly responded that it wasn't mandatory for the captain to be present and the coach's presence was sufficient. He deliberately paused before mentioning the word tomorrow. While discussing Rohit's availability, a moment many interpreted as a clear indication of what was to come. Shortly after, reports confirmed that Jasprit Bumrah, the standout performer of the series and interim captain in the Perth Test, would lead the side, which ultimately proved to be the case. Domestic cricket mandate. Following the defeat in Sydney Test, Gambhir firmly conveyed to all senior players that future selection would be contingent on participation in domestic cricket. While this directive was initially overlooked, it was eventually taken seriously. Prominent players such as Rohit, Kohli, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill were soon seen featuring in Ranji Trophy matches. Although their performances didn't show significant improvement, the underlying message was unmistakable. No individual is bigger than cricket. Support staff overhaul. Before officially taking over as head coach, Gambhir had requested the illusion of 3 assistants, Abhishek Nair, Morne Morkel and Ryan ten Doschet, all of whom had previously worked with him at KKR. The board approved their appointments from the previous regime under Dravid. Only fielding coach T. Dilip was retained, owning the acclaim he had reclaimed for India's fielding performances in recent World Cups. However, even he was let go after 10 months. Although Gambhir initially supported Nair, he was reportedly dissatisfied with Nair's management of batting unit, particularly following defeats to New Zealand and Australia. Nair, a fellow Mumbaiker and someone Rohit had personally trusted, remained in the setup largely due to Rohit's backing, but once Rohit stepped away, Gambhir did not hesitate to remove him. Rohit and Kohli's test retirement. Within a span of 5 days, both players announced their retirement from test cricket. Observing their dip in form and limited impact during England's series, Gambhir had seemingly already arrived at a decision. Their continued inclusion appeared to rely more on their legacy than on current performance, although he had previously given a diplomatic interview stating that longevity would depend on performance. Gambhir ultimately made his position unmistakably clear through his actions.
This is Extra Time! Extra Time!